Have you ever felt like the world was moving around you while you were standing still? Like everyone else had friends, laughter, memories, and you were alone. Growing up without friends isn't just a childhood story. It's a journey through silence, through invisible walls, through the quiet ache of watching life from the sidelines. And if you've been there, you know it's not easy. You feel the anxiety in social settings, the boredom in empty rooms, the frustration of wanting connection, but finding only distance. But what if I told you that those lonely beginnings could become your greatest strength? As teenagers or young adults, many of us find solace in our screens. Autopilot scrolling becomes our companion. One scroll turns into two, and two into hours. The pull is hypnotic. That little buzz, that endless feed, it feels like company, but it's a hollow echo. The dopamine trap whispers just one more like, one more video, one more post, and we obey, compulsively, not noticing how much of our attention we surrender, how much of our life slips through our fingers unnoticed. The illusion of reward makes us think we're connected, but deep down, we're more isolated than ever.
Time passes, unnoticed. The cost is subtle at first. Lost hours turn into lost days. The mind grows restless, craving stimulation, yet never satisfied. Mental exhaustion sets in. The more we chase these fleeting sparks, the further we drift from authentic experiences. We forget the joy of simply being present, the creativity born from boredom, the deep satisfaction of a moment fully lived. And when we finally put the phone down, when we step back from the screen, there's a strange emptiness, a discomfort, almost like withdrawal. Anxiety bubbles up, thoughts swirl, memories of childhood loneliness resurface, reminding us that solitude can feel heavier than any device. But this is the turning point. This is where growth begins. At first, it's uncomfortable, almost unbearable. We fidget, we pace, we reach for distractions. But gradually, in the quiet, something remarkable happens. Our focus returns. The mind, long numbed by compulsive scrolling, begins to awaken. Creativity blossoms where boredom once sat. Ideas emerge, small sparks of curiosity, little joys we had forgotten existed. We begin to rediscover flow, the effortless engagement with tasks, thoughts, and passions that once brought us life. And then comes joy. Not the fleeting thrill of a notification, not the hollow excitement of online validation, but real joy. The kind that comes from writing, painting, learning, exploring, and simply experiencing the world without filters. Solitude, once a source of pain, becomes a playground for the mind. Freedom replaces anxiety, curiosity replaces boredom, and slowly our mental space transforms. We realize that connection doesn't have to come from others. It can come from within, from purpose, from meaningful engagement with life. And as we grow, something else changes. Relationships, once fraught with fear or absence, gain new meaning. We approach people not from a place of need, but from authenticity. We communicate better, empathize deeper, and choose our connections intentionally. Life satisfaction rises not from external validation, but from self-mastery and self-understanding. Our past loneliness, once a shadow, now becomes a foundation, a source of resilience, creativity, and independence.
So if you grew up with no friends, know this. Your journey through solitude is not a curse. It's a crucible. It shapes your mind, your focus, and your capacity to experience life deeply. And if you find yourself trapped in the dopamine traps of modern life, scrolling endlessly to fill the void, remember that the real reward is not in pixels or likes, but in presence, in flow, and in authentic joy. Step back, step away, feel the discomfort, Embrace the silence and let your mind awaken. The world you longed for as a lonely child can exist within you now. You can reclaim your attention, your creativity, and your happiness. You can transform your mental space, and in doing so, you turn solitude into strength, boredom into curiosity, and loneliness into freedom. The people who grew up with no friends, they're often the ones who discover the deepest joys, the truest creativity, and the strongest sense of self. So look inward, reclaim your time, rediscover your mind, and remember, real connection begins within. Because in the end, life's most meaningful experiences are waiting, not on a screen, not in the endless scroll, but in the quiet, in the presence, in the moments we choose to fully live.